Tonight, we're learning a key state agency was not alerted about Monday's outage until hours after it happened, raising questions about why it took so long to notify.
8 News reporter Sierra Krug joining us now live in the Digital Center. And Sierra, it sounds like there are still a lot of questions about accountability and where communication went wrong.
Well, Eric, Deanna, correct. Today, the mayor announcing he wasn't formally briefed about Monday morning's crisis until about 1 p.m. But just as important to note, the Virginia Department of Health is supposed to hear about these types of issues as soon as they happen. A representative tells me their team also wasn't formally looped in until at least 6 hours later, Monday afternoon.
This should not have happened, and we need to make sure that it doesn't happen again.
As Central Virginia braces for another round of snow, we're taking a closer look at the time between a winter weather-related power outage at a Richmond water treatment facility Monday morning and where we are now, a community going on a week without clean water. I spoke with the Virginia Department of Health Office of Drinking Water's Dwayne Roadcap.
We regulate 2,860 public water systems in Virginia. And as part of our regulation, we provide technical assistance, compliance and enforcement, emergency preparedness.
So one might ask why this state partner wasn't formally alerted about Monday morning's crisis until that afternoon. Dominion Energy confirming the outage was reported at about 6 in the morning.
The expectation is that when you have a significant service disruption or a problem that's going to impact service, that you need to reach out to the Virginia Department of Health's Office of Drinking Water as quickly as possible.
Roadcap tells me his team brought in engineers and specialists as soon as they learned about the mess. Shortly after, the boil water advisory put in place.
How long the city was trying to work through the problems before they reached out to our department, I do not know. Those are questions for the city.
Now, keep in mind the public wasn't informed until even later, around 4 p.m. Monday. So we asked new Mayor Danny Avula.
Committed to doing a really rigorous and transparent after-action process to figure out what was the sequence of events, how did we get here, and then how do we prevent this from happening in the future.
That highly anticipated after-action report expected to clear up some details. In the meantime, Roadcap adds, aging infrastructure is no excuse.
There's a lot of water systems in the United States that have aged infrastructure. Those systems are able to successfully operate in that kind of environment.
Now remember, the boil water advisory is still active across our region. Affected water supplies still need to go through a series of tests within each locality. That means if you're in Goochland County, for example, you need to wait for clearance from your local leaders. The Richmond updates do not apply to everyone, just those in the city and vice versa.